We got ourselves shield pills over for the team 1. Looks like team 1 just has 4 people. Maybe 5th is loading in. We got shield pills on the team Dally as well as Drak as well as Jim. We'll see how they go. With shield pills is going to be first up versus Val Rip, the Varlip. I keep calling him Val Rip. I don't know why. Oh my god! Huh? By the time I figured out what to call you, I guess I'll just change it to dead? Deceased? What? Huh? Chilled? What did you do to that man? I was just trying to figure out what your name was. I almost want Team 2 to res Val again so he can have a rematch with Chillpills. But I think it would be unfair to Chilled. Chicago is going to be up next. I'm trying to see if I can back up out of it. Like, oh, I just see what happened. I'm going to back out. Hell no. I do like how the dragon animations, like, it looks behind itself with that wing. I think it's really, really cool. But Chillpill's going to be up next. Got himself full shield. Flame shock by Chicago. Got himself Earth Elemental. You're going to need that extra health. Going to be a quick Sunder immediately. Stunned back to back out of Chillpills. And Chicago just trying to see if he can avoid it. Maybe just waiting out until they get a bit more Maelstrom. But definitely waiting to take some cooldowns. Got himself the Ghost Wolf. He's in there, knocking back Chillpills with the Root Raptor. Doesn't have enough damage. Going to be immediate stun onto the Shaman. And Chillpills does have cooldowns back up. But looks like he's waiting now. Blinded Chicago, maybe waiting for something else. Or maybe waiting out for the Earth Elemental. I think he's waiting out to see maybe if he could just avoid the Earth Elemental damage or health increase. Because if he can avoid that extra health bolster, he could potentially global Chicago. But he's got both of them Chain of Ice. 2 Chain of Ices? Wait, did you get the trinket, the talent where you get 2 Chain of Ice for 1? Or are you just putting both? Silence on Chicago, massive damage to Chillpills, trying to see if he can crack through Chicago's defenses. May have to pop a wall on this one, trying to see if he can blast right through him. Gonna be back-to-back blitz with an AMS to follow Raptor. Gonna be a Sunder with a stun onto Chilled as he has himself an AMS, was able to avoid that stun totem completely. Chicago was able to survive a lot of that burst. Was able to survive a good portion of it, but still AMS has lasted for quite a while in Chillpills. What kind of a legendary do you have? Knocking back Chillpills with the Root right after, at least can boop him around a little place. Does get a couple of zaps. Chillpills actually taking a bit of damage, could potentially be in a bit of trouble. Stun onto Chicago. Chillpills trying to see if he can activate some damage. Big grippy head to follow. Gonna be a trick out of Chicago as they have a wall with a second stun right after. Chillpills can't really go anywhere, get rooted, but it's gonna be a grippy hand trying to see if he can join Chicago back in. And Chicago actually using their grippy hand to reposition and go the other second of the wall. That's actually, I think the grippy hand kind of ended up messing up Chillpills at the end of the day. Because he was like running at him, grippy hand whipped him behind, Chicago ran. That's super unfortunate. Gonna be Chillpills getting hit with a knockback and a Root. The Ghost was already, could potentially be big zaps on Chicago, trying to see if he can potentially take down Chillpills. Got himself the AMS, so at least magic damage should be able to basically immune. He has a massive absorption, should be able to deal with it fairly easily. Chicago trying to see if they can use physical damage to break through it. AMS finally does get to crack. And Chicago just continued to zap right through him, stun. And Chillpills full cooldowns. Are they going to take down Chicago right there? Big obliterates back to back. Does end up rocking out of the cheat death for Chicago. I don't know what Chicago can really do with a cheat death. 50% damage done, 50% healing done. Trying to see if he can maybe waste some cooldowns for Chillpills, but he's just going for death strikes back to back. Nightnet's going to be up next over for the team 2. We'll have to find a way to fight through this Deathlight Overlord. Full bleeds up and running. Try to see if he can just rot him down. Full rip, rake, does not activate Berserk. I think actually might have missed Tiger's Fury. But who knows? His bleeds are actually kind of massive though. If you can avoid Chillpills, not let him get some death strikes, that could be huge. Chillpills is bleeding out profusely, maybe in a bit of trouble. That plated armor does nothing against the bleeds. They just go right through the chain mail. With a quick bash by the Feral Druid. Chillpills does get a stun onto the Feral Druid. That's going to be a trick and immediately. Still, Chillpills in a bad spot. Has a full bar runic power. Going to be a stun onto Nightness. Doesn't walk away from the trinket. Is it trinket by Chillpills or was it trinket by Nightness? I think that might have been triggered by Nightness. I think Chillpills decided, you know what, I'm going to stay in. I'm just going to AMS it. Just get myself some runic power from that thing. Just tease it a little. Going to be Nightness with the wall and Thorns looking to back up out of it. Chillpills kind of letting him escape. Hits him with a Chain of Ice, but it's not really chasing after him. Not really pushing in. He doesn't want to fight a Feral. That's the Thorns on him. Perfect opportunity to go for a death pack. You got a couple of dots. You got a couple of bleeds that are going to be doing some damage to you. But that death pack is at least going to give it back a bunch of health. Gonna necrotic some of it, but you just got to wait out the necrotics. It is a decent health boost right now. Especially this dampening at 24%. Trying to see if he can walk this to the Feral. Almost gets him. Doesn't realize he was right next to him. Doesn't end up walking next to him. Is going to get him out of stealth immediately. But I don't think he's going to close the gap without that Ormos's Winter. Definitely wants to go for the double stuns. Could potentially use a silence in order to prevent some of the healing from Nemesis. Does get hit with a stun. Barkskin, full burst, potentially cracking through the defenses. Barkskin and Barefoot may not be enough stones to follow. Knight, this could be in a big trouble. Actually, big blast. Oh my goodness. Chillpill's taking them down. Another one bites the ground. Chillpills does go for Lichborn. I don't really know if you had to pop a Lichborn. Maybe just try to go for a bit of self-heal. Stepbro gonna be up next. Getting a shot on Chillpills to go for the full does. Does go for a full deathmark. Does have to break through the shielding. Chillpills does have AMS for the poison damage, but the bleeds is gonna have to start death striking right through. The harder you get hit, the harder you heal. And Chillpills try to use those death strikes in order to survive this damage. Stepbro, the bleeds are rotting down. Chillpills could still be in a bit of trouble. Blind on Stepbro does go for tricking. Does chills go down to the bleeds. The points of the bleeds are pretty deadly. Does end up rocking that cheat death. Try to see if you can max out the damage. I don't think you can kill him with a cheat death. You're doing 50% less damage, but you're still actually doing quite a lot to a Stepbro. Wait, 50% damage less and you still almost killed him. That could have been really good. That could have been deadly. Dally out in the open. Kind of starts out a little bit early, but that's okay, I guess. Tricking out of the blind for Stepbro. This could be a perfect opportunity. Let's go for a kidney shot. I just noticed this man has a little bit of reach. He has the acrobatic strikes. So he got extra 3-yard range on the melee. Because that kid, you felt like it was from a mile away compared to where rogues normally are. Normally you have to be the actual melee of them. Gonna be opener by Stepbro. Does not have a kidney shot ready for Dally. That's gonna be a full death, but I think Stepbro is dead. As Dally should be able to take him down with a couple of bleeds. Big and Venom to follow. Taking him out. Cloak of Shadows for Dally, trying to see if he can escape. But Flame isn't gonna let him go anywhere. Big blade dance taking him down. Jesus, that was fast. Is it gonna be Gym Rat next? It looks like it is Gym Rat. You just kind of let him know, hey, you're fighting me. Because these guys kind of did a position normally to be over there, but he decided to chill over there with the boys. But these guys are giving each other a bit of an honor duel as much as Demon Hunter can. As they just blasted each other out. Big Haunt by Jim. Trinket out for Flame. Trinket for Jim as well. Nobody has a Trinket, but that's going to be a Haunt by Flame. But that's going to be Jim just going up in air. Flame maybe could go for a Shadow Meld. This is going to go behind the pillar, try to see if he can get himself some resources. Jim was in a safety of the skies. But he's going to try to see if he can go for a bit of metamorphosis around the corner as well. Flame needs to find a way to give himself recovery. Drop it in darkness. Needs himself a demon to spawn in. There goes the demon. But it's going to be essential for here. The demon is going to be able to break the sigil. Killing the demon. Picking up the demon. Actually saving the demon soul right there. He can pick it up later in case he needs to. He may still need to pick up the demonic soul. He may need to be looking at the demon soul. He needs to back up over there. You got to blur. Demon soul. Oh no. I feel like you should have grabbed the demon soul. I don't think he ever got to pick it up. Otherwise he would have the secret green glow. Chillpills does get 3 million healing and 1 million damage. Notice Frost Death Knights heal for a ton. Yesterday we had a Death Knight heal a ton. And now today we have another Death Knight healing a ton. What is going on? Let's get you guys back in here.